In recent times, flooding has ravaged 33 states in Nigeria, resulting in tragic loss of lives, displacement of communities, extensive damage to infrastructure, and severe disruptions to livelihoods. Engaging in discussions about climate change is undoubtedly challenging, but it's an essential dialogue that must take place to effectively mitigate the detrimental impacts of human activities. Neglecting to mitigate the impact of climate change could lead to their consequences with profound implications. Recently, Nigeria recorded its first rainfall of 2024 in some parts of Lagos, the nation's economic capital, making it the earliest rainfall in Nigeria in 6 years. Contemporary climate change experts in Nigeria acknowledge the imperative need to channel investment towards human capital and natural resources as a decisive response to imminent impacts of climate change.
Nigeria has abundant renewable energy resources. We have sunlight. So by the time we look at the issue of the sunlight availability in the north, we have more than enough sunlight to power so many off-grid systems in the north. If we are coming down south, we have so many river tributaries that can also power small renewables, all right, small hydro power systems that can function. Then if we are now going toward down south, we can now use our gas to power factories that are completely down south. That way we have the energy or the grid system completely decentralized. So the issue of gender mainstreaming, for example, we cannot drive this process without bringing up the issue of women and then the issue of people. When we talk about gender, we're talking about both parties, because climate change affects both parties differently. Okay, and when we're looking at the issue of gender, we know when you go to rural areas, women are more exposed to these issues. Women are the ones who need to travel longer distances to fetch water. So as the rivers that are close by are drying up, they need to travel more longer distances to get water. They need to travel more longer distances to fetch firewood. So as the forests are depleting, they will need to travel far to get firewood. So the issue of home care, and now when we have the issue of drought and taking away the source of livelihood, women are more affected. The men can stand up and leave and go to other places to go and fend for themselves, but the women are tied down there with the children, and they have to make alternative means, to take care of and cater for the family. So women, the issue of gender should be at the mainstream. Women should be at the forefront. Women should be brought in, to have this more, to have these conversations and then drive the process forward, and then we can have the kind of impact we are looking for while implementing climate strategies.
What needs to be done, ensuring that 2024 at least comes different from the lessons we learned, maybe from the devastating effect of climate change last years. I think most importantly is for the government and all relevant stakeholders to embark on a mass sensitization and awareness creation, what we call early warning signs or early warning systems, to adopt early warning system and warning sign to disseminate and enhance on information dissemination about the adverse effects of this climate change.
The whole world has been suffering. When you look at the aspect of climate change, look at what affect the entire world, look at erosions, look at flooding and the rest of them. And then what causes most of these are all things that we have been looking at, and then we have found a solution to it. The solution basically cannot go outside aspect of cultivation, tree plantings. And then because these are the major aspect that every part of the world are working upon, tree planting.
Neglecting climate change action for the year 2024 will pose economic risks, which underscores the urgency of proactive measures to mitigate these effects in our dear country. Norma Omeje for Morning Line with Nancy.